News anchors give you the appearance of someone who knows their lines and delivers a smooth, flawless delivery. But in actuality, they're reading from an autocue or teleprompter. And if you want the real deal, these things cost thousands of dollars. But if you're a little YouTuber like me, you can actually make your own for free, or in my case, $30. Want to know how? Stick around and we'll find out in this episode of Weekly Tech Vibe. If you've ever done camera work involving technical or complicated subjects, you will know how hard it is to deliver lines which are both informative and to the point. In the past, I would have printed a script, ingested it, started it to camera, stuffed it up, or if I was lucky, actually delivered it succinctly and repeat the whole process again and again and again. It'll take forever. So if this is your experience and you know, just with some materials from home, you could actually make your own autocue machine. So with $30 and visit to my local Bunnings, this is how I did it. You're gonna need a slab of wood, or in my case, I just used some leftover MDF wood, some dowel, picture frame with glass, wood glue, black paint, and black fabric. And optional parts, if you've got like a spare light stand, is a 1/4 inch or 20 thread sized female to male screw bit adapter. That's like 33mm for those playing along in Australia. Note that this last piece isn't necessary, as you could just set your autocue on like a table in front of the tripod, or get a tripod mount, okay? So, ready to do this? Let's check out my really bad woodworking skills. Alright, so just take any bit of wood that you can find. It doesn't have to be substantial or thick. You're going to cut this out to be slightly larger than your actual phone or tablet, allowing for the dowel pieces, which you'll see later on. Up next, get some hinges so that you can actually angle the frame at 45 degrees to the actual board. Pre-drill some holes because those screws are tiny and you'll crack the wood and, well, not work too well, so pre-drilling is generally a pretty good idea. And then do the reverse, just attach the screws to the other side. Alright, quick little test here, and voila. Here's that piece I told you about before, so if you're not going to put this on like a light stand, you don't need to do this step. Pre-draw your hole so you can screw this in with an Allen key. Little test of concept here, just putting the light stand in to make sure it's actually working. With a dowel, put the picture frame 45 degrees to the base and check the distance that you need, just roughly, and cut it. Because the dowel is soft, it's very easy to sand it later on to actually get it to the correct length. A few centimeters from the edge, on a 45-degree angle, pre-draw a hole where you're going to be putting your dowel. Little test there to ensure that the length was correct, and repeat on the other side. Drill 4 holes so that the dowel pieces can match up to that 45-degree angle that you said earlier. So far so good. Grab your balsa wood glue and glue it all in. It's a good idea to try to be clean, but not a big deal if you don't. You can always actually clean this up later, and you definitely gonna be needing to sand. To ensure that the glass doesn't pick up any reflections, paint it black all around. After the paint is dry, put the glass back in and you're basically done. But a little note about that glass. Note how you see some ghosting or slight doubling of the text? That's because you're putting it with the glass that which came with the picture frame. You could fork out the money for a professional teleprompter grade, which is like a dielectric beam splitter mirror, and it eliminates this effect, but around $200 for just one small tiny piece, I decided no. To improve text quality as well as video quality, you need some fabric to minimize light entry into your autocue. Otherwise, you're gonna get unwanted artifacts. I've seen people create some complicated like trapezoid box things with small openings for the lens, but I found that just by draping some fabric between the autocue and the camera, you achieve the same effect without all the fuss. Pretty simple, eh? Let me know if you have maybe made your own below, put some comments. If you're inspired, hey, share with me your video. I'd like to see it. I put videos out every Wednesday and Friday, and I put a podcast out generally. Okay, if you do anything, please consider subscribing and stay techie.